Good evening, gamers, and welcome to CappingTV's coverage of the Pure League. Unfortunately, we didn't get much time for a pregame. We're actually going directly into the game. This is Potato Photo versus Tiny Turtle.
Yeah, welcome, gamers. Thank you for joining us on this late night broadcast of this beautiful Asians game. We're straight into the action right now. Snazzy, based off of what we were seeing in the pregame, do you have any faith?
Oh gosh, I haven't got a clue. But it looks like the blue team here, which I'm actually not sure which team is which. I think the blue team here is Potato Photo? I don't know, they've taken the mid pretty convincingly, so...
Yeah, they're off good starts. They're gonna have a pretty big ad here. It's very exciting. I've never had a chance to watch an Age of Fortress mattress, and now I get the podcast. So as we go right now, blue is rolling into the second point right now. The usual defensive posture, but the meds a little bit forward for the red team. And Daylight actually gets a thumb on him on the red med, but he surfs out and gets out of it to bottom. Blue's actually dropped a lot of players.
Yeah,
they've only got the demo up, and Red's got a scout and the medic. They're gonna drop the demo, so that's a wipe right there. Pretty convincing, you know, especially after that rough start at the mid fight.
So with confirmation on which team is which, the red team is Tiny Turtle, and they've just managed to re-hold that second there really well. Like just being able to bully them out, and they're probably gonna be able to take mid here without much of a fuss. But it looks like Potato Photo wants to fight it a little bit. They're taking that high ground. They're sort of letting themselves get bombed. Strelka going in for a huge bomb onto Edel the mid. Takes him out with 97% Uber. That's huge.
90% Uber, that's massive. And now blue is just going to come back in. Although Deadstar actually just jumps over the blue med DRN. And he's going to get out kitchen. It's a bit nervy there, but they seem to have recovered quite well. I mean, obviously getting the med, you know, with 97% Uber is going to be, you know, big for anybody. So let's see. I'm interested to see how they capitalize off of this, because they are running a sniper as well. Looks like they might try to get another med pick with that.
Well, I mean, they have a couple options. I mean, they can either take it straight in because they have that huge Uber ad and just use the sniper as sort of like a support class as they go into the last, or they can try get a pick with the sniper before they go in, but it looks like they've chosen to just go straight in. Taking out the medic.
The sniper's gone down, the med's gone, so is the demo for the red team. It's a bit sloppy, you know, blue still has the heal advantage, you know, red's got both scouts and 2 soldiers up, but blue's gonna take them.
Yeah, so that's round 1 going to Potato Photo, which, I mean, my snap prediction of, Tiny Turtle to take the game because of the mid really didn't pan out, did it?
Yeah, there we go. I'm watching Ghosty on here, and he's already got his sticks out. And Daylight, actually, the blue soldier is really fast. He's gone through kitchen. It's going to be interesting to see if they pick him up. And they don't. Oh, he's trapped in Saw. He's got Nick down to about 20 health. They actually drops the med. They have the player dis, but they have, you know, the actually player and med dis. I don't know what I'm talking about. And Red's just gonna get bullied out here. There's a soldier on the point. Scout's trying to refight this as well. The delay cap just tiny. He's gonna go down, and then, you know, it leaves, I think, one player. The other 2 players that have just spawned are exactly that. They're spawning.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good mid when you're looking at it from Potato Photo's side, because they're just able to take that mid. They've got this huge ad to play with. I mean, they're going to cap 2 here, more or less for free. They're getting spammed a little bit. It's not much to worry about. And then they've got this huge Uber ad. I mean, it's 60 when I'm looking at it now. It looks like they're just going to try to take it lower, and they'll probably be able to get last.
And if you look, Red actually doesn't have any sort of defensive setup, just got, you know, the standard classes, and they've popped Uber coming in. See a lot of fighting over on that left side, and then they haven't won that last fight yet. The Red's just drop players, they've only got 1 up. That's going to be another round for our old buddies on Potatoes.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much a textbook last. When you've got that sort of like ad, you can just wander in lower, and the demo was trapping the point pretty well. They cleaned up a couple gamers, which gave them a player ad as well after they'd already used their Uber through, and it just bing bang boom, you know?
Bada bing, bada boom. That's it.
But looking at this mid, it looks like both teams are sort of taking a bit of time. Ghosty actually going down. That's the demo for tinyturtle. A lot of ground taken by Potato Photo here as well off that, and it looks like they've caught a couple other players and they're able to take that mid without stressing.
Another convincing for potatoes, you know. So now it'll be interesting to see, because I haven't seen any off classes for the Tiny Turtle. That's the team name, right? I'm sort of asking that, but you haven't seen any sort of you know, defensive class, no off class, you know, heavy, no engineer. It's just been your standard sort of, you know, full sixes meta hold. This is even Ubers though, so, you know, Blue can afford to take their time here and get a couple picks. You know, they do have the 2-round advantage with only 23 left in the game. It'll be interesting to see Red can break out of this and start getting some rounds on the board. Dead Star does go in for a sack, and Moon Emoji also goes, so all of a sudden Red is down 2 players, both soldiers.
And they're holding last. It's a really shit spot to be in.
And Adel's gonna get forced here, and then Blue's just gonna, you know, run on the other side, so it's not looking good for Tiny Turtles here early game. And then Blue's finally got their Uber off. And I think the spawners are going to come too little too late for the, you know, for the Raymond. It's just going to be another roundup on the board.
Yeah. It's really interesting to see, I believe this is their Premier Division. It's really not exactly what you want to see, to have both soldiers sack on last, like when you're holding last, and then just letting their med get forced like that early. It's not exactly what you want to see. It's a little bit of sloppy play, but, you know, it's early in the game. Going into this middle, both teams sort of just posturing towards each other. The scouts are sort of taking the high grounds on the side of Tiny Turtle, and the big bomb coming out of Dynamic. It does get cleaned up for it, but the red team's managed to take a lot of ground just based off that. Scouts are fighting back, though, and it looks like Potato Photo might be able to get this back here. They're taking a lot of the high ground, but they're losing players like no tomorrow.
And Netica did manage to get the, you know, the med down to, you know, a little bit of health. So now we're seeing, you know, kind of an open invitation for, you know, the Tiny team to come back. Dead Star is going to go down. So now Red's at a player side again. Just a 1+ side, it's still a dis side. And Blue's actually, you know, they've only got, you know, the demo and the med, and the Blue med's going to be forced off here.
Oh man, if you're Tiny Turtle, this is such a good spot to be in.
Yeah. Nice seeing one of the Blue soldiers hiding behind. He's going to get found out real quickly though. He does get on the med and forces Edel out, get that Uber out of them.
Yeah, I mean, a force there is good because it means they're not going to be able to roll it straight into last, but it's not going to change the effect on the middle, or really the second, I'd say. You're still down a player. Yeah, and this is what I'm saying. They're just going to be able to walk in and take this too, but it looks like Datafoto's actually deciding to fight it, which, I mean, I agree with it, but I didn't think they'd do it.
Yeah. I mean, and they're forcing them out. You know, the med's really low health right now.
Yeah, I think they just got enough damage in to be able to force them back without having to actually take like a poor fight for them. So they've been able to hang on to that second there, and they've got a little bit of ad. They got like about a 10, 15, 20 ad.
That was a good regroup. And now you're going to see, you know, them set up, wait to get that Uber, and I think, you know, if they're smart players, and to get to this sort of level, you've got to be a smart player. They're going to know they're going to have a little bit of ad, but I think that ad is going to diminish, and now, actually, they've used into mid right now, and both teams get their Ubers out. So that's going to see. It's going to be interesting to see what the post-Uber fate looks like. And Dead Star is going to go down. Another scout's going to go down, but he's spiky dead. And then Ito is just going to be getting out the saw here. He's getting really forward to scout. He's got his demo man to back him up, and he actually gets the arrow kill. Beautiful medic kill off on the scout.
Yeah, I mean,
That does
it
get out.
seems that Potato Photo are just sort of able to consolidate their focus fire a little bit better and able to clean up players one by one. Ooh. Harsh actually taking out Med as he tried to enter into middle there, which is going to be really bad for tinyturtle.
And the blue med's quite whippy, but he does grab pack.
Yeah, he's healthy again. They're taking a really awkward fight here in Saw, though, between a demo and a soldier. But once Dynamic gets cleaned up, much the same as the rest of his team, just while we're talking about it.
That's a full wipe.
That's essentially a full wipe, but the Med and the Soldier have just come up, so they're going to be able to build and maybe try to poke too, just a little bit. I don't think it's a very good fight for them, though, and it looks like they've decided that that's the case as well, and they're sort of backing out a little bit. There is an Engie up on the side of tinyturtle as well, Dead Star.
First off class of the game, see it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I agree with it.
Though. Yeah, I reckon that heavy probably be the much safe choice there, you know, getting that full 4 health pool all the way up, you know.
A for effort though, and it's worked out for his team. They're doing a lot of damage. They're really able to sort of stuff this push all the way up. That said, it's not over yet. They don't have a med, tinyturtle, and Potato Photo is still fighting here. Both scouts and their medic. That's a formidable force. Like,
and the demo's dead, the scout's dead, and
yeah,
five times on cap, and it's 4-0.
Yeah, just like that, they managed to hang on to both scouts and their med, and that's just like, when you're facing off against 2 soldiers in a demo, like, the soldiers can't jump you, they die. You know, the demo can't get too close, he dies. Pretty much, it's like the perfect spot to be in if you're going to lose a couple gamers on last, trying to push.
And then, you can't hit them as well, because one, they're going to hit you first, but also, they're just so bloody fast. And then the med's so bloody too, and it's just bad luck. Starting on this this 5th mid fight of the game, it looks like our boys in blue are gonna get forced out. He's only got 2 stuff. The only 1 scout up now. He's gonna try to come from under, and he's just gonna get bullied out here by Dead Stuff.
Yeah,
he's going in window though, so he's gonna try to do some. No, he's just gonna go back.
I think he's going to try to catch a spawner more than anything here. He really can't fight the whole team on middle there. It just depends how well he was called though, because it looks like the guys are just jumping straight out. There is a bit of a scrappy fight on 2 there. Dead Star's going back for him. Deciding not to take it. I mean, look, they're a scout down because he's behind you. Just push. Whatever, right?
Yeah.
There's actually a soldier on middle as well though. Daylight and Ithaca are both behind now. I mean, if I was tinyturtle here, I'd just be pushing like crazy. They're down 2. Like, essentially, down 3. You've killed the demo as well. Like,
yeah.
This is your time to shine. You've still got Uber out as well. Just take it straight in. They did lose Dynamic. Dead Star managed to take out both Ithaca and Daylight, though. This is perfect. If they push right in here, Sentry's level 1. That's an easy clean-up.
Down.
Just trap the point, get some scouts on it, you win. Yeah. Ooh, the Uber charge coming out last second.
They're gonna use Uber on him.
That was so good.
It's a clutch Uber if there's ever been one. He's gonna get bullied right back into a second here as a really clutch Uber by the medic.
Yeah, he got that literally as he used it. That was like a millisecond difference between losing the round, man.
Yeah. Scenes of an old I-50, one of the series games, though maybe not so much on the line this time. Pride is on the line, that's what's on the line. But yeah, so they're gonna give a second point and hold back here on mid. Just building, blue team with 90% Uber, and then, red team with 90%, and now, see how we go. It's about even Ubers now because blue still hasn't gotten. They're gonna force out the Uber here through Saw. They're gonna, push out the blue team all the way back to last, get some scouts on the point, start getting the cap time, and let's see how they can roll back into last.
I mean, I believe the late great Marxist once said that if you get 2 frags with an Uber, it's fine. Like, it's an okay Uber. But I think in that situation, they really wanted more than that. They really wanted something more impressive, like dropping the med on the post Uber.
The med has been dropped.
Yeah,
Red
and
only
Edel
has
is
the
so
2
far
players.
away.
So they're just gonna give up the second point again. But Edel's got he's got 50% ad here, so you know he's definitely a chance to regroup, figure out what the game plan is, and come back into last with full ad. Although Daylight's gonna bomb him, he surfs that out quite masterfully, and then he goes down. Rip.
He did end up getting the med though, so I don't think you can really complain about it. But if these guys push quick enough to get ahead of the spawns that are going to come out here, they might have a chance at this last, even though they have no heals. And it looks like they just tried to do that.
They're gonna get.
And they got it.
They got the round. They got the round. How good is that?
It's fantastic
Game's on,
for them.
folks. Game is on.
Yeah, I mean, there's 13 minutes left, 14 minutes left. There's absolutely anyone's game at the moment. Especially since we're seeing tinyturtle sort of like work out their mojo and like they're able to figure out what they actually want to do with their fights now. Going into this mid, it looks like Ghosty's sort of just getting those stickies out there. Deadstar up top doing a bit of damage. Not much to say though. Looks like a big double bomb out of the soldiers, taking out Ghosty nice and quick. Dynamic going down as well. One of the soldiers does die for it. It's looking like a really scrappy fight if you're tinyturtle. Potato Photo is looking very dominant now. They've sort of reconvened around each other and they're just able to use that focus fire that I was talking about earlier to just turn it their way.
They're just going to take mid free, they're going to take second for free as well. The red med did get out of there with his life and his Uber, so it's going to be an even Uber situation here, so, you know, will we see sacks, will we just see him go in, you know? To be continued, I guess we'll figure that out. Well, the Strelka does go down, so, you know, back number 1 failed, so it's a 6v5 at the moment. And then Moon Emoji is just trying to bottom there, gets forced out by the demo.
Yeah,
He's gonna die there as well.
It's sort of scrappy fighting in lobby. I personally don't like fighting in lobby and I'll yell at my team to not do it. But yeah, I mean, it looks like they've backed out of lobby now. They're just going to be waiting for their spawns, but losing their demo there is fat. Yeah, like, that's really bad.
That was a good kill by Daylight. Daylight killing the demo dies is the point. That's
yeah. It'll
Red's
actually
gonna force here.
Look like he had balls of steel there for a second because there was a scout just running in on him and he wasn't using, but he did end up in the last second. Like, right before he would have dropped, he ended up having to use, unfortunately.
And now Blue's got full ad here.
Yeah, but they're playing it super slow, which is interesting considering Deadstar's already up on NG. He's got the sentry up to level 2. There's a sniper as well. Dynamics sitting on sniper there. Looks like they're going to try to come lower, which is exactly where Dynamics looking. Uber
they're going to pop
super early.
And Harsh is going to go down. Sentry Gun's going to go down though. Movement Emoji's going to go down. It's not a really convincing Uber fight though.
I mean, look, Edel's on 90% now, so if he can get the beam onto his demo here, or just an Uber Saw... He didn't get the Uber Saw. Yeah, he should have really focused, I think, on healing the demo there.
Yeah.
But look, I'm not here to criticize his gameplay.
We're just here to cast it. That's right, that's it. So who are you watching on this rollout, Rao?
I think I might follow Ghosty, because that seems to be what the cam's on. He's just rolling through.
There we go.
He's getting his stickies out there. He got a bit of early damage onto Harsh there. I don't think it's going to amount to much. It's sort of a slow mid on all sides. Leclerc going down up top, actually, because of Ghosty's damage. Does get jumped by Daylight. It doesn't manage to achieve anything there. Daylight does. It's actually looking like a really good mid if you're a tinyturtle.
Yeah, the
really convincing. Harsh is the only one left alive. He does. Yeah.
That's a full wipe. Full wipe.
I mean, this is perfect. And Ghosty's even far enough forward that he's going to be... I might have been able to get some traps on spawn there, I think, if he was bold. But he's opted for traps in the lobby area. Never going to push you there, bro.
And we got sentries up, you know? So we've got sentry, we got full ad, and we got Potato Team refusing to go out of fight. We've also got the heavy up on last 2. So this is Blue just saying, like, listen, you know, we don't have to do any. This is your push. You guys have to force the issue. We're just gonna chill. We're happy. But the blue heavy is gonna go down here. The sentry gun is still up though. They had Uber. Nothing's really come of it. And Strelka with a very high bomb. This is the demo and the scout out. Now it's blue medic. He's a bit out of position here. He's gonna go down.
Strelka's so good, man. He came straight up from under at exactly the right time to just clean up mid and a scout. Fantastic. First he went in to try to backcap that, but it didn't go his way. He does get cleaned up by Ithaca.
Now we see Spiky on the sniper, so let's see if we can get a nice little click on the head on the bed.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to say that was like a really good defense with the sentry and the heavy. They managed to split the Uber between two separate things. They managed to kill the heavy after some time, but they didn't get the sentry. There was, it was really good defense from them.
A very good hold, 100%. Now,
looks like we got a bit of a push in the middle.
Yeah, the blue med is going to get forced here after. We've gotten 2 frags far, both soldiers. I'm just going to say, nah, let's get a little bit. You guys go forward. So now we've got the scout demo both in Saw with the soldier going up towards the window area. Just gonna keep on rolling forward a little bit, force him out a second as well. Sniper on Bats is gonna go down. Needle's gonna go down as well. That's a massive pick.
That's exactly the pick you want here, rolling into last. You're gonna be able to use your heal advantage alone to be able to convert this, I think. Gotta be bold, fellas. Come on in.
That's 3 down. Got a couple saunters. Dynamic's gonna go down. Ghosty's gonna go down. The point, not quite there, but there we go.
And that's gonna be the first map going the way of Potato Photo. So, I think it's safe to say that the Potato Photo seems to be a more dominant team in the team fights, but I don't want to take away from Tiny Turtle. Those guys were... I mean, I obviously don't really know either of these teams, not being from the region, but they were really surprising me. They had a lot in them.
Yeah, they certainly, were determined to go down, all guns blazing, and it certainly, they weren't without their moments. Obviously, they've capped the point. They've had a couple really good bombs and good frags as well, and some of the fights actually really went in their favor. But as you were saying, the other teams able to focus fire, they're probably calm their damage and, just convene around, okay, well, let's take him 100, focus on him, then focus on that, and, that reflects in the fact that they just won the first map 6-1. So now I think the next map we're going to go to, we played on Snakewater. Now we're going to one of my personal favorites, Sunshine. A beautiful map, also a very soldier-heavy map. So I'm interested to see, if the if our boys, if their soldiers can like capitalize on the playground that they're going to have in this map.
Yeah, but we'll have a quick look at these logs. Leclerc, I'm not sure if that's his real alias, coming through with 28 frags. Ithaca and Harsh following up with 23 and 21 respectively. Sorting by damage, it's Leclerc at the top again. That guy is really popping off on Scout.
382 damage per minute. That's massive.
I just want to say, that guy hit 382 DPM and got 12 caps, bro.
That's what we call slapping someone.
Yeah, you get you a girl that can do both, dude. And he's followed up quite shortly afterwards by Strelka and Harsh, 292 and 290 respectively. I mean, look, these logs make it look super outbalanced, especially with the scoreline of 6-1, but I don't think it was as busted as this looks.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm very interested to see how Dead Star is going to play, because, if you sort it by damage per minute, he's got up there in 275 or 76 actual damage per minute, and he's got 5 caps, 19 kills, but, he's obviously some chops on him a little bit, so, how is he going to fare in the round? I'm interested to see these medic stats though. So we've got DRM, the blue med, with about 23,000 points healed. Edel 2,100 or 21,000 rather. Although our DRM did have the one drop, but it did have the the charge advantage, the Uber advantage a lot of the time. Fairly standard heal order, demo, scout, and then the pocket, the roamer, and then the flank, and then same on the other one. Ghosty actually is soaking up a lot of heals for the red team, but he's not really having all that great of a game in comparison to the blue demo, Harsh. So hopefully he can step it up this next map as well, because the demo, as I've learned, the more that I've gotten into sixes, is next to the medic, probably the most crucial component of the team. That area denial capability that he has is absolutely massive. So he really needs to step it up this next map.
Yeah, I mean, whenever I've been like mentoring newer teams, I've sort of had to like drill into them nice and early. Like, if your demo is down, you're going to get pushed and you're going to lose. Like, it's a very important class. But I think you're doing him a disservice by saying that he needs to sort of step it up, because he was getting focused, bro. Like, yeah. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens on this map, though, because I think it plays more like process, if you know what I mean. Like, it's a bit more dynamic in terms of movement, so we'll be able to see a bit more coming out of the demo and the soldiers on this map. Sure. Not to put him down on that last map, but I feel like there's a bit more opportunity for him to sort of get some damage out. There's a bit less, stinky little rooms that you get stuck in.
Yeah. I will say I am specking a Ghosty right now. In the pregame, he does have the Quickie Bomb launcher equipped. So I don't know if he's been watching our boy Oz over in Oz Fortress, if he's been, maybe trying out some of his own strats. But if he runs that Quickie Bomb, I'm very interested to see how that's going to play out. Because one of the things that I've also learned is that the Quickie Bomb has the capability to destroy other stickies. So it's a very, very underrated weapon. But we're readied up right. Who are we watching here on this rollout?
Well, because it's Asia, the game's going to restart a couple of times and then it'll actually start. You'll wrap your head around this eventually, trust me. Not sure who I want to watch on this mid. I think I will keep my eye on... Why not? I'll just stick on the blue demo here. So he's getting a very dominant position on the heart. He's moved over to Tetris. He's actually pretty far out of position here. His team's sort of taken the side that he's on to give him a bit of support. They've got a lot of the high ground here, but it looks like both teams are just sort of swapping sides. Demo going down, Ghosty, Moon Emoji dying as well, Spiky going down, Ithaca's popping off. That's a convincing
very convincing, yeah. Dynamic is hiding back though, going for a little bit of a sneaky soldier play.
I can't believe they haven't cleared flowers. What happened there? Oh, Jesus!
Big air shot. Massive air shot there.
Oh man, I've never seen a dude swatted out of the air so hard.
He was like, "Nah, I'm gonna dump these guys. Don't worry, guys. I'm gonna not cap." And then, nope, slapped out of the air. Blue team's saying,
this is actually not fantastic, I would say, but it did end up turning well.
The cap is fantastic. It's popping off 11th at first. I'm actually going to spec Con this bit. I'm very interested to see how he's going to play this.
So it looks like both teams just sort of chose a side and stuck to it for that mid until they could convert their frags. Daylight going in for a really big bomb, takes out Ghosty super early. A lot of good damage coming out as well. It looks like Potato Photo's got much more of the high ground going on. But the game's coming back. Moon Emoji actually managing to kill himself.
And DRM's actually going to go down. Red does have the heal advantage here. Although Edo looks like he's about to go down. He's got pushed into flowers. He does grab pack. And actually, my boy Dead Star cleans up 2 pistol kills in a row. That's going to get some cap time on mid.
I I mean, the two of those guys going for that frag there, it makes sense. Like, you should be going for that frag there if you lose your med, but, you know, I don't think they really had much to play with. They didn't have much health, they're fighting a scout, you know, who's got heals. It's not a spot you really want to be in.
Yeah. Kind of like a damned if you do, if you don't situation.
Yeah, exactly.
You just gotta go for it, you know, the best.
But we've got tinyturtle pushing through flowers here.
Eagle's gonna go down. Uber's dropped. 100% Uber been dropped by Eagle there. Moon emoji going huge though. Also picks up the meta. Fat 2 right there.
Spiky versus Ithaca and Ithaca +2. Spiky predictably not taking that fight in the end. But look, both teams have the same Uber. It's really just going to be spawns here, and when you think about it, I mean, tinyturtle's going to get the falls, but
Ithaca's actually gotten behind them. So the red med's going to go down. So it's going to be a massive Uber advantage here for the blue team. tinyturtle. I keep on forgetting to say the name. I'm sorry, guys. You guys are playing great. Now that's both big Uber ad and big player ad going into the second point right here. Looks like they're just going to cap for free.
Yeah, I mean, Ghosty, I think, made a mistake coming out there. He was obviously going to get cleaned up. He should have probably backed off a little earlier, but it's going to make it a bit more difficult to hold this last. But I believe... Do they have any off classes? No, just a sniper.
Up, yeah.
Okay.
Such an awkward last point for a sniper to hold in. There's not really a lot of sight lines for you to peek from.
There is if you can bully lobby, but the Uber's coming straight through lower. They defeated the trolls in the dungeon and just walked straight in. They've cleaned up 3, 4. Soon to be 5, I'm thinking. Yep. And 6, and that's... I mean... Do they lose that push ever?
Second round up on the board.
Yeah. That's a really good round coming out of Potato Photo. Very dominant. They're sort of using a bit more of the map to their advantage, I think, than tinyturtle is choosing to. Coming into the next mid, looks like both demos got there around about the same time. They're sort of just dueling it out as they do. Both teams jumping up onto the Spirey spots. Dynamic going down very low. He's not going to be able to achieve much. Ghosty taking out Ithaca. Spiky taking out Harsh. Big pick.
Ghosty's actually running the Quickie Bomb launcher. It's interesting to see how well this plays out for him. He heard us talk about it, so he's like, oh yeah, I gotta throw Jazz a bone here. If he's thinking that, you need to get your head in.
I think that more aggressive choice might have actually converted into a mid-win for his team. Sort of bullying their way into second here. It all going down very low, but he does have Uber. They do lose their demo and a soldier, though, just outside of Cafe, so I don't think they really want to be taking a fight right now. Spiky down very low. And they've actually used the Uber because the blue medic died.
They get forced. I don't get out forced, but Uber out. And then it's pretty cunning frags and that last soldier. Dead Star going huge again. It's on a 4 kill streak right now. Honestly, I'm just gonna call it probably my favorite player on teams right now.
Truly.
They're just gonna come in and they're gonna cap off. Almost gonna cap last.
There's a bit of a fight going up, and they still don't have player ad, and the spawns are coming out. So, like, I don't think they're going to be able to cap the last off that push. They might have to reconvene and do that again with the small amount of Uber ad they've got. Bit of strange pathing going out. They've actually moved into Cafe there. But they made it out safely, and they still have, like, a 15-20% Uber ad. So
yeah, I think they were going for that last point, just like, alright, maybe we can, get this quick roundup on the board. But, spawners will do what spawners will do, and denied that last cap.
Yeah, especially being on last right there, where you can just, like, walk straight out of spawn and you're in the fight.
They're like, hey guys, I've come to kill you,
Exactly. But
they're coming out through Cafe right now. The Uber does get
Uber, they've
forced
cleaned
up.
up 2, and the blue medic actually ended up dropping a couple games there, which is really detrimental for his team here. He's still sort of fighting in lobby.
Looks like they're just gonna cap second and go in, see what they're gonna do with it.
I think the play should always be cap second and then just build up ad here, but it looks like they're actually going to try to fight a little bit as well. Maybe try to convert it into, like we said earlier, just a bit of a fast round. If I was them, I'd just spend my time building. You're not going to get pushed here. Like,
well, blue does have a sentry. Nope, I lied. Nope, they still got it up. It's just on the other side.
they've only just built it, I think. Or is that...
I think they moved
Yeah,
it
he's
from
only
one
just
side to
built
the
it.
other.
Because he's still upgrading it. So it's only just gone up to level 2. I mean, it's going to be level 3 by the time you can push it in anyway, so...
Well, Moon Emoji's gone down here, so there's a little bit of a player out. It's gonna be even Ubers. Edel has 90% Uber right now. Ithaca does go down. Where's
And I
that
think they
blue
should pull the
medic?
push out. Mind you, they weren't really ready to convert their Uber ad into a push because they only had like 10%, so they really had to push like the moment they got it.
Yeah.
Now that they haven't,
Now I've got an Eve Uber situation, but the blue med does get popped off here.
yeah, fantastic attempt out of Moon Emoji though.
It's gonna be big ad now. Edel doesn't get dropped. He just managed to stay alive, get away from all the damage. It looks like they're just gonna come into this left side. Uber does get forced out. He's flashed a lot of players though. He's flashed like 5 or 6 players in 5 seconds.
It's full Uber ad,
But
you
it
might as well.
doesn't work out. He's gonna try to cheeky cap, and he dies.
I think if you're Tiny Turtle here, I think the best play might actually be to hide Spiky somewhere and try to get him in for a back cap. But he's actually decided to back off, so that's not going to be the case. It looks like Potato Photo is going to be able to recap second here. Yeah, that was a pretty messy push. Like, yeah, they flashed a lot, sorry, but you know, with full Uber ad, that doesn't really matter. I think it just took him a couple seconds, milliseconds too long to kill that center. But they managed to kill 2 players here, and they're getting a lot of damage off onto all the
2
rest.
scouts as well. Oh, that's a big
3
thing.
players. If they leave a scout here and sort of push in, I think this might be the last for them. Come on, boys, before they spawn. In you go. Too late.
They're just meeting the players over on the left side. The spawners are back up though, so now the 2 scout people.
This is a
2
shitty
scouts.
push. Yeah, and Edel's made the choice. He's getting out. This is what I was saying.
Ah,
Like,
the old classic Jale. You guys, I can't save you anymore. I'm leaving.
yeah, exactly. I mean, you're a medic. You have to hang on to your Uber, especially when you are on 90%. I don't understand why they wouldn't just wait for the Uber there.
Yeah, they seem like they're just trying to rush things a little bit. It's okay to say like, all right, you know, we're in the beautiful spot. You know, all we need to do is push the right way. Let's get this Uber up, and then let's buff all our players, and then let's go in. Too often, you know, you've seen them, they're pushing last, and it's like, oh, we're just gonna go in right now, you know, and if you're not here, well, you know, sucks to suck. And then as a result, you know, what turns into like a great advantage, and like ideally the first round up on the board turns into like, you know, they have nothing to show for it except, well, nothing to show for it, you know?
Yeah. And there was a little bit of crappy fighting going on here, and it looks like Potato Photo is trying to push them back out here, which I think they're going to be able to do. Despite the low health, Ghosty taking out Strelka and the medic with 1 life.
What a beauty. Top 10 gift to plays of the month, right? X team, if you're watching, clip that stuff.
Yeah!
Yeah!
But off that,
guy.
I mean, I think you're going to have like a, yeah, what's that? 65% ad.
Yeah, it's 60, yeah.
I mean, this is your push. This is your push. Come on. If you don't die to daylight here, which very near run thing, it looks like they're just gonna reset. They're probably gonna go through Cafe. Since they've already got a few gamers in there, it's gonna be a very easy push for them taking 2. They just need to start this cap and then use their Uber ad.
Scout cap.
Yeah, there you
Would
go.
I be yelling at my team? Both scouts cap.
They've got a sentry up on last though. It's gonna be level. No, it's actually down. It got
Got a
moved.
heavy up to.
The Uber has come out. They haven't cleaned up the sentry yet. They sort of ignored it because it wasn't built yet. Oh my lord.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They just seem to either push it, you know, sort of, okay, well we got a cap, so we're just gonna go right now, or you know, when they do get themselves in a good position, they're not focusing the right thing. You know, focus the thing that's going to auto lock on that's his job, or you know, focus with 450 health. Instead, it seems like they don't really have a game plan when they're going in and getting these good positions, because they're getting in like really good positions and having good advantages. They're just not capitalizing on it the way you see.
Well, I mean, there's a bit of scrappy fighting going on mid. I think it's going to be pretty safe to say that the blue team, Potato Photo, is going to pull this one out. The med did get forced behind, though, because Moon Emoji's back there, sort of just giving the demo on the med a little bit of grief. But just quietly, while we've got a second of downtime, I don't know if I'm giving the NG too much credit, but did he move it so that they would think it was just a level 1? Do you think?
I did not see it, but you know,
because he shifted it just before they walked in, so they never saw it up. I don't know. Stroker's in on the med, takes him out,
gets him with. He got the Ghosty got the bottle. Oh, he got the bottle kill on the med. Nope, wrong player. Reading the kill feed wrong. Classic me. Moon Emoji's gonna go down under as well.
3 down.
3
Holding
down.
Come on,
Med
fellas.
has just spawned up though. At least have some heals up. They're gonna be at a big Uber dead here.
They haven't even had the use yet. I think this is their last, man.
Yeah, they've forced it out right now, but bada bing, bada boom. Now number 3 up on the board.
I think it's worth saying though, the rounds have not been as quick this map. You know?
Yeah, I mean, there's certainly rolling over. I mean, and they're really trying to the red team potatoes. I think so bad. I'm so bad. I'm sorry, guys. You know,
red team's tiny turtle, bro.
Red tiny turtle. Please don't make fun of me, Agent Fortress. I'm trying my best.
But looking at this mid, it looks like Tiny Turtle's actually taking a far more dominant position. They've taken out Stroker and Daylight nice and early, and it looks like Potato Photo is actually having to leave. Ithaca going down. The other scout's about to die. There you go. So it's just going to be Harsh and his medic sort of running for their lives before Spiky gets onto him. Spiky's chasing super hard, but he has actually decided just to leave that one alone. That is the mid that I want to see out of the boys here.
Gotta scare him a little bit now. So they're gonna get sec basically for free here. So are they gonna force them? Are they gonna rush themselves again? Let's try to get a last cap, or are they gonna figure out what the game plan is? Because it is even Ubers at this point. So are they gonna get a sack? Are they just gonna pop and hope for the best in the post Uber fight? Actually, Ithaca's on a spy right now.
Yeah, they haven't even seen him yet. I was just about to say it.
Still chilling outside lobby. Dead Star sort of peeking around.
I think he could do this. They haven't seen him. He's just decloaked. They might have heard it. He's in there. He got the med.
He gets the med. Oh, that's a massive play. I know sixes is great. You know, you love to see the big pipes and the fast jumps. But sometimes having a spike out and getting the backstab, it's so gratifying to see. It's almost as if the player, whoever off classes on the spy, is saying, you know what, I'm smarter than every other player on the team, or on the opposite team. I'm so smart, I can fool them and backstab them. And lo and behold, that's what happens.
Master of puppets, bro. But just off that, they managed to clean up a couple other gamers. They forced them out. Managed to take second, more or less, for free. And they're taking mid, more or less, for free as well. Moon Emoji's stuck behind there. He ended up taking out Daylight, but he traded for it because he got taken out. And this is looking like a really good fight for Potato Photo. They've actually wandered in with their Uber since they have this huge advantage. They haven't taken out the med, though, which is probably going to be disastrous for them unless they push really quick.
It looks like they're just going to try to get a stack time on this point.
Very fearful of someone coming out of forwards, so...
Let's check out these defensive positions. Ithaca's gonna go down.
Yeah, but Spiky and Moon Emoji both kind of overextended a little, ended up getting taken out.
They're gonna start trying to get that cap time up. It's gonna get Uber right here right now. It's gonna pop and just chill out on them. Having Scout do a ring around the Rosie, and another roundup on the board.
I hate to be super critical, but they ended up forced by one scout in last on his own who killed the demo through 4 players. Very unfortunate.
Alright, so who are you watching on this rollout?
I'm on that what do you call it? Bird's eye view, maybe.
Bird's eye? That's how you do it, man.
Spike's actually on sniper to this mid. I think they're just trying anything to sort of give themselves that tiny little advantage. He takes out the medic.
Massive headshot. Wow. But then
He
Daylight
manages
goes,
to take out like everyone though.
gets head. They haven't capped mid though. Ithaca's been on last. Or mid, sorry. Getting my points confused here, guys. It's been a day. And it looks like, you know, like they're just gonna try to spawn camp them a little. Stickies are out. Leclerc is gonna go down pretty convincingly, but you know, even then, they actually haven't even started capping second yet. You know, so there's all potential for Red to come back out here and bully the mountain, but they've got the med there. Eagle's very weak, in a really bad position.
He's alive.
Get out under.
He's so low. Yeah.
And now he's dead. And they're just gonna come into last right now with some cap time up on the board. They've got the player ad too. There's only 2 up here for Red. Full cap. And there goes the battle.
So that's 5-0. Again though, closer than it sounds with a 5-0. Like, you hear 5-0 and you go, yikes, you know?
Yeah,
but
100%.
It was a bit closer than that. It seems like a fairly demoralizing sort of loss, but I don't think it needs to be. Not unless you want it to be.
No, definitely not. There are a lot of times where, you know, they were holding their own. Tiny Turtles was
Absolutely.
really trying to force the issue. But at the day, you know, when you're either not fully committed or you're just trying to rush things, you know, rushing things, you tend to make a lot of sloppy mistakes. You tend to just go in with the mindset, oh, we just got to go, you know, we got to go right now and see what happens, as opposed to like, okay, you know, let's get all the players buffed. Let's try to figure out what our game plan is, and then, you know, let's push in before, you know, this uber advantage that we have turns into evens, right? You know,
Yeah.
too often, especially they had, I feel like it was 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 8, 7, a lot of times trying to push in the last, where, you know, they had every advantage that they could capitalize off of, but because they were trying to do things a bit too quickly, they're either getting cleaned up, they weren't focusing, they weren't all, you know, on the same page. Whereas when you're seeing Potatoes, when you're seeing them push in, they're fully committed. They know what they're focusing on, and as a result, even though it was a really close game, that's what makes all the difference in these last pushes, right? Is being focused, knowing what you're doing, and then, you know, that's a 5-0.
Yeah. Looking at the logs though, Leclerc, who I've now gathered his real alias is Larky. I don't want to be misnaming him when he's popping off 31 frags for 6 deaths. I mean,
That is
it's really
Oz Fortress up, you know. Get him over.
It's really grotty. He's got 374 DPM as well, followed closely by Ithaca and Harsh with 337 and 289 respectively.
Ithaca was popping too. I was expecting him. I mean, he got big spy drop med, and that's what we're all really here for. That's the money shot, right? You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, just even though it was quite even, the logs definitely are. At least looking at this damage, you know, 31 kills, 21 kills, you know, and then literally the damage. What I'm looking at, you got 5 blue players, all with, you know, the top 5 spots, and then it's all red, and then the blue med, and then the red med.
Yeah, the scouts on Potato Photo just seem to be like way over the top powerful, man, compared to. I mean, I think they were just able to get away with a lot more stuff than they. I don't want to say should have, but should have. You know.
Yeah, 100%. You know, and maybe it seems like they've also been grinding MGE quite a lot, which, you know, is going to pay its dividends. But You know,
Well, they are scout mains.
Yeah, there we go. You know, they just constantly put themselves in good positions, and as a whole, I think the team put themselves in positions where they are really able to capitalize off the advantages that they were given. You know, and ultimately, at the end of the day, what decides the victor of any sort of game is, who's making the least amount of mistakes and who's capitalizing off the advantages. As we saw, Potatoes did that, and Tiny Turtles unfortunately weren't able to capitalize off of the, quite numerous advantages that they're putting themselves into. So it goes. That's how it is.
Yeah. Well, there's not much more to say. I'm just going to have a quick look at the med stats since I don't think we've talked about that. I mean, it's pretty much bog standard med stats. Both teams had an average Uber length of 7 seconds on the dot, though, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah. 2 drops from Edel, though. One of them was that big play. I can't remember the other one, but, what's that? What's the rule? Pop it, don't drop it. Although you can't expect a spy play. But
some situations it doesn't really matter that much to drop it. This is getting Megamind though. I'm not going to get into it.
Some next level prem strats. I'm here with my open brain, just like, I'd better use this right now.
I mean, obviously you don't want to drop it, but some situations it doesn't hurt that much. Anyway.
All right, A-Bender,
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we're going to bother with any interviews. I don't have contact with anyone. I don't believe anyone else has contact with anyone.
Do we even know if they know that the game was being casted? Because if not, then can you imagine just like pulling up a game of TF2? Oh, it's me playing right now.
God knows.
I'm not going to say I've seen it happen. It's probably happened at some point, but not to me.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I suppose that's it. Do we do shout-outs for ourselves?
No, I think we should
shout out to sleep, man. I'm going to bed.
Yep. Shout out to everybody who watched and go to bed. All of you. You got work in the morning or school, and call your mom if she misses you. That's all I have to say.
Well, thank you everyone for watching. This has been Pure League Premier Season 2, Week 2. Potato Photo versus Tiny Turtle. Potato Photo took both maps quite convincingly, but when you watch the game, it's not as uneven as it sounds. In any case, my name's Dubious, apparently, and with me tonight has been Just Jazz and my boy Looster on production. And thanks for coming. I think we'll probably just fade the music so everyone can go to bed, even though it's apparently 11 a.m. So yeah, good evening, gamers.
Goodbye.